USA, USA, USA. Hmm? Uh, Sandra, hmm? Sandra Day O'Connor. Eh? They said she, former Supreme Court Justice. She served in Supreme Court. Eh? I just saw her on news this morning that she's dead. Eh? Sandra Day O'Connor, former justice, uh, she worked, former worked in Justice Supreme Court. I don't know whether she's a judge or not, but the news says she worked there. Justice, Supreme Court Justice, USA, former. Her name, Sandra Day O'Connor. Eh? A female, a woman. Eh? She died. She's dead. Funeral burial, according to tradition. Sandra Day O'Connor. Funeral burial, according to tradition. Hmm? But before I pray, we do the funeral. I tell you a joke I composed. The joke like the summary of the joke are all the dead, all the dead upliftment, stand up and skyrocket to house heaven. You know, all the dead stand up, but in a joke. The joke goes this way. I began and said, because the first job I worked in USA was I first started with security. I started working like a security officer. And when there was the first company I worked for, I forgot their name. So I went to this company. They hired me. Then they scheduled me to work in a job site. And most of the job sites I worked in the past, for years, are construction site. The construction site, I always do a night shift, graveyard shift. And in the construction site, all you do, drive in, stay there in the construction site. Stay in your car, lock the gate. No more contractors. You stay there, lock the gate, stay in the construction site. Watching the construction site. Writing your DAR. Stay there. Nobody comes into the construction site. You stay there. In the morning, you put your DAR, your report in the box and leave. You know? So when I went to this company, they gave me my schedule. I'm telling you a joke now. They gave me a schedule. And the schedule says your shift says graveyard shift. Graveyard shift in envelope. And I came back and you have to start like next weekend. I opened the envelope, saw the address, saw the time, and on top it says graveyard shift. I'm new to United States. I've never heard about graveyard shift. Then I started like thinking with deep thinking and reasoning. Graveyard shift. Graveyard. I say, hey, they are sending me to go and work in the cemetery, the graveyard, where they bury the dead. The graveyard in the night, watching the cemetery and watching where they bury the dead. Stay there. I say, hey, that means in the midnight, when I stand up to do my rounds in the graveyard, in the cemetery, to patrol in this graveyard, in the cemetery, when everywhere is now quiet and calm, then the dead will stand up and follow me behind. Next thing, they slap me, Bosa, and look at me and say, Sanko, why are you watching us? where we are showering, you know, or when the dead stand up in the night in the graveyard, eh, to escape from the graveyard, from the cemetery, like the security guard in the working in the graveyard. When I see them stand up to escape from the cemetery, from the grave, I rush to the gate and close the gate, eh, and call 911 and call the police and sheriffs, eh, that the dead and all that are dead in the graveyard in the cemetery stood up and want to escape. Eh? When we all did the funeral for them, buried them, eh? All brought their donations, received many gifts, checks, and many paid into our account. Now they all stood up and say they are no more interested that they are dead. They are no more interested that they died and they want to escape. Then I call 911, call police and sheriffs to get all of them arrested. For deceiving us, they are dead. For lying to us that they died. They are all about standing them up and moving them to house heaven and reincarnate. Funeral in tradition, Sandra de Okono, to bury her according to tradition and stand her up and move her up into house heaven. Then she reincarnates back to her family and to the United States. I use male cows, female cows, roosters, hens, rams, you can get mother goats, all 33, 22, 33 kola nut, all drinks, and put all the requirements, bury her according to tradition. Then to free her, I use all animals, roosters, hens, frogs, goats, agama lizards, owls, grasshoppers, oranges, sugar, pepper soup, 33 uncooked eggs, 33 bitter colas. Free her from all hostages, all bondage in the spiritual world. Free her from all blindness there, and from all Isiagu, goddess blindness, and Isimua, spirit blindness there. Free her in the north and the south, in the east, in the west. Then Iranra, you can go to pay the, you can go mother goat fine. Whatever fine she's going through, or anything in the, or any problem blocking her from moving forward, and from skyrocketing in the land of the spirit, in the land of the dead, to pay her, you can go mother goat fine. Iranra, you can go mother goat. I use 22 33, you can go mother goat. Pay all the fine for her and free her, transfer to the land of the spirit, and free her. Sandra de Okono, stand up, skyrocket, and move into house heaven and reincarnate back. Prayer, stand up on all land, all ocean, all airspace, skyrocket to sun, moon, all universe, all planets, stars, galaxies, cosmos, solar system, infinities, orbit, Chuku, and Indo to your home, heaven, pot. Transfer to all states in USA, transfer and turn into USA, their government, USA government, transfer and turn into President Joe Biden and Kamala Harris, turn into White House, turn into her families, all she left behind, and all her friends and well-wishers, all USA citizens, all USA, all that love United States and love her, and moving her forward, transfer to them for free, and moving on forward. Sandra de Okono, Okono, rise, get up, move forward, come back, and reincarnate. Prayer, transfer to wherever she will be buried, and where her funeral will be held, in church, in any place, or in her religion or belief, any place, transfer there, and move her forward, and skyrocket her, and console her family members, and free her family members. So Moribi, he say, It's me, Sanko FM, Chief Priest. Peter, Adera Nkwuaku in Los Angeles, California, USA. Chief Priest World, Chief Priest USA. Sandra de Okono. Yes, mommy, yes, mommy, yes, mommy. Sandra de Okono. Yes, mommy, yes, mommy, yes, mommy. Sandra de Okono. Late. Yes, mommy, yes, mommy, yes, mommy. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Forward.